Hi, I'm Chris Byerly. I teach at Fisher Middle School and I teach Gateway to Technology classes. We also have something called the iceberg illusion, and this is a graphic where we talk about what does success look like? What does it mean to get to be successful? And so throughout every single project, again, I'm trying to encourage students to not look at the final product and their grade, but the process. Did they learn from failures? Did they show dedication? Were they persistent? And that's what it takes to get to success. And I emphasize that throughout every single project. So if I'm claiming to be a teacher that's innovative, that's what's getting me there. And students, I think, see that they can create anything they want to. They dream big, they ask questions, they ask big questions, and I ask, how do we make that happen?
My name is Angelica Childs. I teach at Summit Drive Elementary and I teach 3rd grade. Before students are able to empathize, they need to understand their own feelings and be able to put a name to that. So I teach students that empathy is honoring and valuing the feeling state of someone else. And one example of this is my students have an opportunity to exercise empathy. They have a chance to shout out another student in the classroom who they saw going above and beyond that day or who was showing high emotional intelligence. And I have seen their perspective change from who is going to shout me out and how can I be recognized and celebrated to who can I shout out and make feel really special before they walk out of the door for the day.
I'm Star Gillespie. I teach at Tanglewood Middle School and I'm a 7th grade social studies teacher. We do a lot of hands-on stuff by choice boards so that they can choose what they're really interested in and then apply it into the setting. I start the year with everybody's scores, not just the previous year's score, but the previous 3 to 4 years, because you can see trends. Maybe it was a bad year or a good year, but if they're all similar across the board for 3 or 4 years, then you really know the true scope of the child's reading ability. I try to put the reading in every inch of the classroom. It's covered. Everywhere you look, there's something in the reading that they're going to be able to attach and use. And if I can get them interested, then I can get them. I can get the scores.
My name is Matthew Large. I teach mathematics at Wade Hampton High School. I teach mainly juniors and seniors, so I get to deal a lot with seniors whenever they're dealing with their college decisions. I get to explain to them what they're about to go through, the process. And I love when I get to teach them as juniors before the seniors, because then I get to explain about the tests they have to take, and then I try to rope them into taking my math class and explain the benefits of that as well. And it's just nice to get to know those students for multiple years, but then I get to actually get to know who they are and they trust me for advice, like where to go to college or what profession they should seek. I care about my students, that's first off. I feel like relationships are number one things for teachers. And if I wouldn't have teachers in my life at the beginning, my senior year, sit me down and teach me everything I needed to know, I wouldn't be here.
I'm Zoran Ryerson, and I teach special education at Travelers Rest High School. I'm so intentional in my room to make sure that everyone, no matter where you come from, the challenges that you have, that you feel safe and that you feel like you belong in my room. And so that is really at the core of what I try to do. My goal is to help every student feel seen, feel heard, and feel valued. Everything that I do in my room is geared towards those practical real-life skills that you need to survive, things that I wish maybe I were taught. But that's really at the core of what we do as well. And paired with that social emotional piece, so many times, students that I may serve don't have those natural social and emotional skills to go into an interview and to be successful and to do well on the job given different scenarios. So if I can give them those skills ahead of time and practice them, I think that I'm definitely building a better graduate.
I'm Caitlin Scott, and I teach band at Woodmont Middle School. Getting to teach music is a lot of fun because music just inherently connects to other academic areas and soft skills. One of my favorite pieces that we did was called Annabelle Lee, which is based on a poem by Edgar Allan Poe. And my kids just picked apart every single musical phrase, and they gave meaning to every note that they played. And it was just awesome to watch. This individual took on this meaning and this individual took on this story. That's why I think arts integration is so important, just because it literally activates both parts of your brain, both sides of it. And it just makes people better problem solvers. It makes you a better critical thinker. And it prepares students to be more well-rounded as they head into adulthood.
Hi, I'm Allison Taylor. I teach at Mitchell Road Elementary and I teach first grade. My students are known as love bugs, and I'm not really sure how I got that nickname, but Taylor's love bugs are just kind of known. So once you're a love bug, you're always a love bug. And I really think that being a love bug is because they know that no matter what, Miss Taylor is going to love them. And there is no doubt that from the moment I greet them in the morning, and that is the last thing I say to them in the afternoon, is I love you, go and do your best. Building peer relationships for me, not only having relationships with me, but then having relationships among each other and offering an environment that is safe for them to say how they truly feel, but know how to express that.
My name is Tamara Aguilar. I teach ESOL 6th, 7th, and 8th graders at Greenville Middle Academy. From my kids specifically, with cultures and languages and all kinds of things, I'm learning and asking questions of them, almost modeling what I want them to do outside of the classroom. So I try to involve them in things that we can be asking a lot of questions and problem solving and guide lessons around that. I just think it's important, one of the most important skills is for them to learn how to problem solve and how to ask questions outside of my classroom. A lot of times my children are a little bit hesitant because of the language barrier, and so they're kind of shy and don't always want to speak or ask questions. So in the beginning I expressed that I'm kind of like their advocate and that's what I'm here for, but eventually I want them to get to the point where they can do that.
Hi, I'm Cindy Waddell, and I'm the dance teacher at Stone Academy. I have one other student who, from first grade, I knew he was gifted in dance. You watch him on that stage, and he just takes it over. But what I've seen when I look at my students in my room is that dance education gives them the chance to find a piece of themselves, who they are. Whether they are dealing with anxiety or struggling with an emotion, they can work through it using movement activities that I've given them. If they're solving a problem that we're working on in class, a movement problem, they've got to work with people. They're finding out if that's going to be something as a human they're going to be able to do or not. They're finding little pieces of themselves that are ultimately going to make them an amazing human being.
My name is Stephanie White and I teach 5th grade at Cherrydale Elementary School. One of my favorite experiences to provide for my students is Harvest Day. Every October, the entire school gets to come and experience agriculture in a way that we could not provide through regular field trips. It's exciting to see the career opportunities that students realize they can have in mechanics or veterinarians. They could be ranchers or farmers. They could study soil or how plants grow. It's an exciting day for everybody. I love when they get to taste foods that they've never tasted before. I build a better graduate by exposing students to as many opportunities and experiences as I can in my classroom. I want them to be able to see careers not as something that's way off in the distance, but something that they can begin preparing for now. It's an exciting time for the entire school and really exciting for me to get to see those 5th graders teaching other students about the things that they've learned.